All right. So in Schoology, you got a number of PDFs. First of all, let's look at basic caption writing. So captions don't need to be super detailed, but you do need to have a listing of who is in it and what they're doing. If there's more than 5 people, you got to call it some type of group, like the advisory council or the JV team or something like that. You don't want to name more than 5 people. But we have a group here, and they're doing something. So there's some action that we have to describe. So we got to find out what it is, who, what, where, when. And that's really the basic information you're trying to answer. Who, what, where, and when for a caption. So in this particular case, we have sophomores, and we got a listing of them and how their names are spelled. What they're doing is comparing class schedules. Where are they? They're the commons. And this happened during pickup day, scheduled pickup day. So from that then, you're going to create a caption. And it's just describing the action. So we would list the names of these people, where they're at, what they're doing, and when. So this might be an example. While examining Sabrino Cedino, Tobin, 10, schedule, Brooke Schulz, 10, Valencia Baca, 10, Marian Cortez, 10, looking for classes they share. And the 10 just describes that, in 10th grade. So that's pretty basic. So who, what, where, and when. It's important, again, that we have to spell the names correctly, because, again, this is going in the yearbook. You guys put it in, we do check. We do check the stuff that goes in, but stuff does escape us. And we really don't want all kinds of misspellings and things like that, because this book lasts forever. And people are going to be upset. So please take it seriously when you're writing down names. Double check to make sure you're getting the spellings right. Don't guess. That's like the number one. Spellings for the name. If you mess up a year, that's not as bad. But the names, that's really bad. Because the parents are looking, and the relatives are looking, and this book lasts forever. So be very, very careful. Make sure you get the names right. All right. So let's just do this together. So here's our information. We got seniors, Doug Denatali, Andrew Dinkin, dressed in camo outfits, doing Gator hunt, supporting football team in a home game against the Gators. Behind the home side end zone in a newly renovated grandstand Davis Field. When? September 14, 2013. Second home game. Use the students' grandstand. What would be the who and what? Somebody tell me. Who and what? Anybody? Tell me the who. So it's these two guys, right? So we write their name. So we got Doug and Andrew. We could have 12 in parentheses. Sporting football team. At the end zone, Davis Field. During the second home game. And that's it. That's the who, the what, the where, and the when. So you don't have to use every single word. You just have to capture the who, the what, the where, and the when. Okay. Here is a checklist. Is the caption written in present tense? Does it indicate where and when the action is taking place? Are there definite adjectives? All, any, anything, each, every, many, one, several, some. In the caption, if so, please try to get rid of them. And does it explain the action in the photo? Captions are not very long. Captions are not stories. Captions are like leads. They're just short. Okay. Are there any questions you have about captions right now? You're doing who, what, where, when, that's it. No questions. go on to wrap-up stories. So wrap-up story is a type of feature. What I have devised is the questions you need to answer. So these are the questions you need to answer when you read a wrap-up story. So this is very handy to keep this. So if it's about a sport, you got the name of the sport. You need to know the season record. You need to get a statement from the coach about the season. The coach has got to talk about how the players did, who improved, what was the chemistry like, what were the team goals for the season, prediction on where they will end up, who were the returning players, who were the seniors, when did the season start to stop, and where did the tough competition come from. If you can get the answers to all these by either talking to them or emailing them, you've got plenty of information to write a wrap-up story. All right, what if it's an event, homecoming? So, what and when? Where and when did it occur? What were the highlights? Key awards, like who the king and queen and the court, things that happened during the night, like, you know, who was the DJ? Did they serve food? Was it good? If not, where did people go? Get a quote from the organizers, get a quote from the participants, and maybe how it compared to other years, and that's it. So, just really basic. All right, if we're talking about a club, so student council, name of the club and the members. What did the club do this year? So they need to explain to you what they did. What were the key things they did? What were the things they sponsored? Well, they did a blood drive in October, and then they did another one in March. They sponsored homecoming. They did a couple other things. What were the goals for the year? So maybe the goals were the sponsorships. Maybe it was something else. Who was the advisor? How long has that person been advising them? What do they hope to change or improve upon? And quotes from members and advisors. So make sure you talk to the advisor. Again, these are also questions you could email somebody. So you could email them and get the information. If you don't get enough information, then try to contact them. But I am summing it up for you. These are the questions you need to ask. Okay? So they are in Schoology. Okay. Okay, so you have two assignments. Your first assignment is to write 7 captions from the 2 PDFs I got here, graduation and senior team. So these are actually taken from last year's yearbook. I want you to come up with a total 7 captions. You pick the picture, and then you write the caption. So if you click on graduation number 2, so this is an actual graduation page from the yearbook. Let's say you're looking through the pictures and there's like 2 captions you want to write on this page. And so you're going to talk about Joe Cooper and Nadia. So you write a caption about them. Or you write a caption about this one. You only do 2 there. Then you go to the graduation page. Let's go to Ovid. Senior T, I'm sorry. Let's go to senior T. All right. And then the remainder, you pick photos from that page, and then you write about them. But I need a total of 7. 7 captions total from those 2 pages. So you write about those. All right. Secondly, I want you to write a wrap-up story. I'm giving you most of the information. It's from the Almost Prom page. Here's the twist. You're going to have to make up some stuff. I want you to presume prom actually happened. So instead of almost prom, we had prom. So here's the story. This is my wrap-up. I wrote this. Use this information, change it, and rewrite it so it was actually prom. So we really did have prom. It really did occur in Lansing. It really was on a riverboat. Everything occurred as it was supposed to. So you take from this information and you rewrite it as if crime actually happened and submit that to me. Any questions about that? So again, this is a feature story. I gave you the wrap-up questions. Stuff you cannot find in my story because it really hasn't. Make up. And then submit it to me. Do you have any questions? Anything not clear? Okay. Somebody tell me what are the 2 assignments you have to do? What are the 2 assignments?
There's 7 captions,
Yep.
and then that thing,
What do you do with that thing?
make a wrap-up story.
Right. Can you change stuff in it?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. All right. We are golden.